Ladies and gentlemen, let's Gaming Today.com video. Let us go through a few of the recently announced Steam machines at CES. So Valve have unveiled 13 of them. There's a link in the video description which goes to show even more of them. There's also images and PDF as well that you can download directly from Valve, which shows off even more of the machines should you so wish. Now, prices for these range drastically. Really depends on how much of a hole in your wallet you want to leave. You can pay just $500 US, which is pretty decent, all the way up to $6,000 US. So, for example, let's go with one of the cheaper ones to begin with to kind of ease us into this. The CyberPowerPC has a few different configurations. You can go with either an Intel or an AMD CPU. If you want exact models, they would be the i3-4330 processor. That's running at 3.5 GHz, or a 3.9 GHz AMD A6 6400K. Once again, all of this is in the article. If you do, not mishear anything, so don't worry about keep rewinding it. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a cold and sore throat, which isn't making this ideal. But anyway, and that's my phone. Not having much luck today. Anyway, so there's different models. You can also go with the R9 270. That's got 2 GB of RAM. Or if you want to go with NVIDIA, however you want to pronounce it. I've been calling it NVIDIA for the last, since 3DFX were being around, basically. You can go with the NV GTX 760, once again, 2 GB of video memory. Or you could go, and of course that's got 8 GB of main system RAM, as well as a 500 GB hard drive. If you're feeling a bit richer, you could go with something along the lines of this Digital Storm Bolt 2. Now, hard drive space, I'm not super impressed. It's got 1 TB of space with 120 GB of SSD. Certainly the SSD is big enough for, say, the OS and general applications, but obviously 1 TB, it'll be alright for games, I suppose. Would have preferred to have seen a little bit larger, but whatever. You're looking at an i7 4770K and a GTX 780, and that's going to cost you $2,600 US. Meanwhile, something along the lines of a Digital Storm Bolt 2, and despite the fact that yes, it's fairly expensive and all, if you fancy paying up to $6,000 US, you could go with something along the lines of the Falcon Northwest Tiki. One of the odder names, I'll also confess, but this is very configurable. You can actually have up to 6 TB of storage, 16 GB of memory, and graphics cards are GTX Titans. So this begins with $1,800 all the way up to $16,000. Similar vein, it would be Origin PC. Kronos. Price is to be decided, and that will feature an i7 4770K. Interestingly, you can actually configure the clock speed on this, which obviously indicates overclocking options and so forth. And you can actually have up to 2 GTX Titans installed into the system, which is, pretty impressive when you consider. Finally, just one of the examples is there's the Main Gear Spark. It's only 2 inches tall, only 4.5 inches in width, and yet you're looking at a 3.1 GHz AMD A8 5575M. Mobile, by the way, indicates it's a laptop CPU. 16 GB of memory, if you so desire. And a recently announced Radeon R9 M275X. That'll also come with a 256 GB SSD. It also can be expanded. It's got the port there. It's got an expansion slot there, so you can put in another hard drive, for example. And you've also got 4 USB ports, mini display, HDMI, blah blah blah, as you would expect. Anyway, that's just about it for this particular video. Once again, if you want to check out the article, you're more than welcome to do so. Oh, actually, I'm forgetting to say, all these machines do come with Valve's SteamOS, but many of the manufacturers will indeed offer this with Windows. I'm assuming it will only be the more expensive one. The primary reason behind this, of course, is because not all games are Linux, right? So it's better to have that dual boot option. Anyway, I'm going to get going because I'm starting to lose my voice again, which is not ideal. So I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.